In this video, we are going to be talking about common monosaccharides. The learning objective here is to classify carbohydrates as monosaccharides, disaccharides, or polysaccharides. You can do that by recognizing these common monosaccharides. Our first monosaccharide is glucose. Glucose is the most abundant monosaccharide, and our bodies run on it. Normal blood glucose levels are between 70 and 110 milligrams per deciliter. A glucose tolerance test measures the glucose after several hours after ingesting it. And so if you've ever been pregnant, you might have remembered the glucose tolerance test and stuff. If you have excess glucose, then your body can convert that into fat. But we do metabolize glucose into carbon dioxide and water and get energy out of that. Another common monosaccharide is galactose. Galactose is one of the components of the disaccharide lactose, which is found in milk. It's also called brain sugar because it's part of brain and nerve tissue and is used to differentiate different blood types. Patients with galactosemia lack an enzyme needed to metabolize galactose, which accumulates and causes problems. And as discussed earlier, these are epimers this is an epimer of glucose. So this is a C4 epimer of glucose. Another common monosaccharide is fructose. Fructose is one of the components of the disaccharide sucrose, which is table sugar. So if you have granulated sugar at home, that is sucrose. And so fructose is a part of that. It's also called fruit sugar because it's found in fruits and in honey and sort of things. You might also recognize the term high fructose corn syrup, where they've used an enzyme to break down the glucose into glucose and fructose. And it's super sweet. You might also recall that if we have an aldose and a ketose that have the same number of carbons, then they are functional group isomers of each other. Both glucose and fructose have the same number of carbons. And so that means that they are functional group isomers. Additionally, fructose and glucose have the same pattern of H's and OH's going down the side of the molecule. Glucose is OH, H, OH, OH down the side of the chiral carbons, and fructose has the same orientation of the bottom three. The only difference is the top part where we have our different functional groups.